Hatha Yoga. Today we're going to do a practice that we start flat on our back. We're going to do a little bit of work seated on hands and knees, and then we're going to stand up. Of course, we're going to finish flat on our back once again. You can grab whatever prop you need. For example, if your knees are sensitive, maybe you take a towel or a yoga blanket. I just grabbed one of these bolsters from the sofa. If you have a yoga bolster, you can use that. We're going to begin placing that under the knees as we go flat on our back. So get comfortable, extend your legs, settle your head back down, draw the shoulders away from your ears. And as you take an inhale, exhale, and let the weight of the body release to the floor. We'll take a moment of silence so you can allow yourself to arrive on your mat and transition. Begin to deepen the breath. Just slightly deeper than how you were breathing before. Nothing too big or too exaggerated. As you exhale, let the weight of the body release to the floor. Do a body scan from head to toe. See if there's an area or areas where you're holding tension. See if you can let that tension release a little bit on the exhale. Maybe there's discomfort, tightness, holding, tension. Once again, let the attention shift to those areas and release on the exhale. Bring the hands in the lower abdomen and rib cage, right here on this side of your body. Begin to tune in to a 3-part breath. So breathing a little bit more than you were before. As you inhale, your abdomen rises, the ribs come out towards the side. Maybe the chest rises as well. And on the exhale, everything releases, abdomen returns back towards the direction of the floor. As we move through the practice, remember to keep your breath flowing. Don't hold the breath. As you hold the poses, you'll continue to breathe. Begin to find gentle movements, your toes, your fingers, maybe you reach your arms up and overhead, you point your toes, as if you just woke up. And then on your next breath, bring the knees into the chest. Hold in. Allow your lower back to press into the floor. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, release the body in the direction of the ground. Begin to find gentle rotations with your knees, moving around and around. Bring it the opposite direction. Extend your left leg, draw the knee into the chest on the right side, and then find gentle movements with your foot, waking up your ankle joint. Switch sides, bring the other leg into the chest. Again, rotate your left foot. Bring it the opposite direction. Both knees return in towards the chest, and this time lift the head and the shoulders off the floor, even if it's just a few inches, and lower all the way down. Lift once again, and lower all the way down. Release the feet to the floor. You can push the bolster a little bit out of the way. And then feet apart, arms come over and towards the side. You're gonna let the knees drop from side to side like windshield wipers. So at the beginning, it might be that you just drop the knees a little bit to the side. And then as you start getting comfortable, maybe you go a little bit more. Now remember, as we move through, work at your own pace, adjust to your needs. If there's anything bothering you, remember to modify, skip. Next time your knees land on the right side, pause and then begin to move the head gently from side to side. Bring the head back to center. Bring the knees back and then let them collapse in the middle. Take a breath in and a breath out. On your next exhale, move the knees to the other direction. Again, once the knees land there, begin to move your head slowly from side to side, maybe getting a little bit more range this time around. And bringing it back to center, head and knees collapse in the middle. Take an inhale. As you exhale, extend the legs to the corners of the mat. And then if your shoulders feel up for it, bring the arms to the corners of the mat as well. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Maybe you close your eyes for a moment. And then soften the weight of the body towards the ground. Take a deep inhale through your nose and out through your mouth. Again, deep in through the nose, out through your mouth. Hold both knees into the chest, and then we're gonna roll over and towards the right side. Pause there, and then press yourself up and into a seated position. So as we move into a seated position, you can bring the pillow and sit on it, right? Or your cushion or your blanket, whatever you have there. You fix your hair, if your hair looks like mine, please. Or maybe you don't mind. All right, so you sit upright, lengthen the spine. We're gonna take a moment to breathe. We're gonna do a pranayama, breathing technique. So you're gonna take your right hand, so this hand for you. You'll bring the thumb and the index to meet on the left hand, and then you'll bring the first two fingers of your right hand right here in the center of your forehead, right in the center there. You're gonna use your ring finger and your thumb to open and close the nostril. So you don't have to use the other hand, just this hand. So you go here, you close your right nostril with your thumb. You'll inhale through your left. At the top of the inhale, close the left with your ring finger. Exhale through your right side. Inhale through the right. Close the right, exhale through your left. Continue moving the breath in and out that way. Maybe your eyes close as you look at the point between the eyebrows. If there's tension in the body, maybe you soften a little bit on your exhale. This is alternate nostril breathing. And it brings balance to the brain. It's very good for your nervous system. It's very calming. Something you can practice anytime. We're going to begin to add a gentle pause. So you'll inhale and pause for a second or two. And then exhale and pause again for a second or two. Do that a couple more times. Your last exhale will be through the left side. Take your time. You'll release the hand back on top of that knee, and then take a pause to notice the effects. Allow your eyes to open. Release the hands down on top of your legs. I'm going to start with a little bit more movement. So we'll begin with some gentle trunk circles. So rotating around, noticing sensation in your back. And then bring it the opposite direction. Bring it back and into center, and then roll the shoulders up and back. Now, maybe this is the first time you do yoga. Maybe you've been doing yoga for a long time. Doesn't matter. Stay with your body. Whatever you're feeling, you're staying with that sensation. You're moving your breath with every pose you're doing. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. That's your inhale. On your exhale, bring the hands to heart center. And maybe you set an intention for your practice. Something you're seeking today. Peace, joy, strength, calmness. Maybe you dedicate your practice to somebody in need. Or maybe not. Maybe you just take a moment here. On your next breath, open your eyes, rub the palms together, create a little heat in the hands. And then press the arms out. Reach the arms up and overhead. Bring the arms behind, interlace the fingers, open the chest. Keep the arms down, extended, reaching to the floor. And on your next breath, begin to move the head slowly in circles. Again, a lot of sensation in the neck, which will keep us present. Bring it the opposite direction. And then bring it back to center. Release the arms back to center. The other index finger will come in the front as you press the arms out, so it feels a little different. Reach the arms up and overhead. Bring the arms behind, interlace the fingers, open the chest. Keep your chin parallel to the floor, and on your next breath, move the head from side to side. Every time, maybe you look a little farther, not only with your head, but with your eyes. One more time here. And then release. All right, so we'll switch the cross. So you bring this leg forward, this leg back. So it's a little weird because we really don't sit this way often. I forgot to mention, if your knees are achy or you're uncomfortable right in your hip, sitting cross-legged, you can extend the legs forward, or one leg forward, one leg out. You don't have to sit in any specific way. Lengthen your spine. On your next breath, reach the arms up and overhead. And then on the exhale, find a spinal twist. Hold the knee, bring the other hand behind. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale to the other side. Let's do that one more time on each side. Inhale, exhale. And one last time. Inhale, reach all the way up. So if you're trying to climb something, up without bending the elbows, creating space through your rib cage, intercostal muscles, but also lengthening the spine. Create space through the side of the body by reaching and gazing up towards the left side. Bring the hand, hold the back of your head, lower that elbow down in the direction of the knee, doesn't have to get all the way there, and then press that elbow all the way back. 2 more times here. Reach again all the way up. So if you're trying to climb up to the ceiling and lengthening through the head and up. Exhale, lower towards the side. Reach and look up towards your right side. Bring the hand into the back of your head. Lower the elbow in the direction of the knee. So right away, you might notice that it feels a little bit different on this side. At least for me, it does. Maybe there's more restriction. Maybe there's more space. Inhale, reach. One more time here. You reach long, long, long. And then on the exhale, you squeeze the shoulders into the back. We're gonna find like a cat-cow shape with arms. So you'll tuck the tailbone under, you'll bring the chin to the chest, and you'll try to bring the elbows to touch. Inhale, you squeeze the shoulders into the back. Exhale, round. Lift. and round. Bring it here. Hold it, deepen your breath. Press the arms out and towards the side and go side to side. Reach to the side, reach to the other side, keeping the fingers pointing to the ceiling. All right, crisscross. So fingers point towards the front, you crisscross and you alternate. Just a couple times. We're gonna switch it up. So next time you go back, your thumbs point to the back. You squeeze the shoulders as you come in. Internally rotate the shoulders by drawing the fingers to point to the floor. And they touched it, but they're pointing to the floor. Down and back. Last one. All right, so release, lengthen your spine, breathing in and breathing out. All right, now from here, we're gonna warm up a little bit into the hip. So you're gonna bring the feet the width of your mat. So think if your mat is long ways, then you have it this way, about that length. Open and lengthen, and then begin to draw the knee from side to side. We might have to move out of the pillow if it feels a little bit more comfortable. So knees coming down towards the floor. Maybe they get there, maybe they don't. Bring it to the other side. So whichever amount, even if this is all you're doing, that's okay, right? You're creating that mobility in the hip. Next time you come over to this side, reach that left arm up and back. And then bring it back and into center. Again, bring it up and back. And then release the hand right here towards the middle. So you're kind of framing your knee. And then you'll find like a cat-cow shape. So you'll draw like the spine into like a snake shape. All right, inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. And then on the exhale, release the arms back behind you. Draw the knees over towards the other side. Again, you're reaching that arm back and behind you. Again, reach it towards the front and bring it back and behind you. Come in, bring the hands down to the floor. Again, you're finding that S shape with your spine as you're rounding and lifting. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, lengthen your spine. And then on the exhale, release the hands down and then bring the legs to extend forward. All right, if you want to sit back on your cushion, you can. If not, you stay right here. Open the legs a little bit. We're gonna wake up the hip flexor. So hands are gonna be here to begin with. You're gonna lift the right foot up and off the floor. It might lift, it might not. Lift the other one. So what I always say is, even if you can't do it, there is that intention behind it. You engage your leg and you pretend that you're lifting it off the floor. I'm already feeling it even without lifting it. If you can lift it, then you'll lift it. One more time here. So the next place to go will be hands here and then you lift. If that doesn't happen, keep the hands on the ground. Again on this side. One more on each side. And one last time. All right. Bend the knees as much as you need to reach to your toes. Touch your toes, inhale, lengthen. So if you don't need to do so, right, to bend the knees, you just keep them straight. Inhale, exhale. One more time here, inhale, exhale. You're gonna bend the knees as much as you need to until the heel of your hand grabs the toes. The hand goes here, and then you're gonna press the foot a little forward. You get a little bit of stretch on the upper back and that whole arm, and then pedal this leg forward. And again, one more time here, and then right here. Very good. Inhale, bring it all the way back up. Draw the feet closer together like in butterfly, but more like a diamond, right? We're just starting, so we're not gonna come all the way in. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold a little more. Take an inhale. Exhale, just a little bit more. Release the feet. Inhale, reach. It's like a gentle flow warm up. Press the knee down, twist. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist. Inhale, bring it back to center, lengthen. Exhale, one more time here. Slowly inhale, bring it back. Hold the knees, bring them together. we're gonna transition onto the hands and the knees. So this is where if your knees are sensitive, you could put a blanket under your knees. If your cushion is not too big, you can also do so. You can put that. All right, so hands on their shoulders, knees on their hips. Spread your fingers wide and then begin to move the hip in circles. But first, curl your toes under so we start stretching the feet. So you go around, that's your inhale. On your exhale, go the opposite direction. Again, inhale and exhale. Bring it back and into center. Uncurl the toes and then drop the belly, lift the chest on an inhale. On your exhale, round your back for cat, cat-cow. So we did a little bit of this seated. Now it's a different position, so it might feel like you have a little bit more range to go to. And then bring it back and into center. Press all the way into child's pose with arms forward, right? More like a thunderbolt. Extend the arms. If your siblings can reach back, you can stay on your forearms. And then on your next breath, form a dome with your hands so that only the fingers are touching the ground as if you have a tennis ball underneath your hand. Bring the forehead to the ground and press the hips back. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. All right, on the next breath, walk the arms over to the side. I'm going to start on this side so you can see what I'm doing. Breathe in. You're still on those fingertips. So the pose is not as passive as if we let the arms down, which I'm going to let you in a moment. On your next breath, let the arms release down. Right hand touches the floor, maybe the elbows and the forearms. Inhale back onto those fingertips. Walk the fingers to the other side and walk the trunk as well. Lower the forehead if it gets there. Keep breathing. Exhale, lower forearms down, hands down. Back to your fingertips, walk towards the middle. Look towards the front. The whole hand grabs the mat. And you want to make sure your fingertips dig into the floor so all your weight doesn't go onto your wrist. Curl your toes under and lift the hips up into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, shift the weight forward onto your plank. If you can keep your knees up, keep them up. If not, look, knees down, that's fine. Press all the way into your downward facing dog. Heels are trying to reach to the floor, but they don't have to get there. Inhale, shift forward. Again, knees down or up, your choice. Exhale, press all the way back. All right, hold here, pedal your feet so you'll lengthen one heel down, reach one heel up. Switch on the other side. One more time. Now remember, if this is too much, you need to lower down. I'm holding something too long, that's okay. You just do what you need to do. This pose here, where you come on hands and knees, this could be a resting pose. Also, when you come into child's pose, if this is a resting pose in your body, then you can always go here. Even when I'm doing something else, even when you take a class, right, tells the teacher, just let me be, I'm right here taking a moment. All right, on your next breath, lift your right leg up. Open the hip, bend the knee, and then lower all the way down. Lift the other leg up, open the hip and the knee, and bring that leg down. Shift the weight forward, lower the knees down, and walk the hands back underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers wide, curl your toes under. Now listen, I'm gonna lift the right knee off the floor, and maybe the left, or maybe just one at a time, right? It depends. This is core work, so it's a little challenging if you haven't done it before. Right, so it's one knee, or I lift both knees off the floor, like a hovering bear. Bring it down, one more time, lift either one or both, and then lower all the way down. Give the wrist a little love, just move them a little. Now we go for elephant walk. So this is waking up the deep stabilizers in your spine, so it's gonna be a little tricky maybe. You're gonna lift the left knee and the right hand. right there off the floor. Please don't extend it out. It's not bird dog. We'll get there in a moment. Release down, knee, foot off the floor, and then the opposite hand. Again, find it on the other side. Pause and try to stabilize, right? So abdominals are in, body is trying to ground. Switch. All right, now we go for the more traditional one, right? Your bird dog, you extend the leg back, you close your hip down, you zipper in, right? So you're not letting your low back sink, you're engaging here. Extend, right arm, left leg, dig those fingers into the floor and push the ground away so the side body, right, your lats engage. If you can, you'll lift that leg up. As you're here, you want to reach the heel to the back of the room as the arm reaches to the front of the room. Lower all the way down. Again, start with the foot down so you can close your hip, engage, prepare the hand and the lats, and then reach towards the front. Again, can I lift that leg? If not, keep it right there. Can you find a little more length through the front and back? And then bring it back to center. All right, find a little movement around just to release. We're gonna do this one more time. So lift opposite hand and knee, extend it to the back, close, up, reach, lengthen. Bring it to center, find it on the other side. Close. All right, so we're gonna make it a little bit more challenging, so you work with what you can. So I'm gonna turn around so you can see me, you can stay where you are. So you're extending the opposite arm and the leg, and then the arm is gonna go to one side while the leg goes to the other side, and then you try to stabilize there. Maybe you have to put the foot down, that's okay. Bring it back to center, release, arm and leg opposite to one another, and then you bring it over and towards the side. Bring it back to center and release it down. Take an inhale, take an exhale, right? We take a pause. Opposite arm leg, we're only doing 2 of these. Open to the side. Bring it back to center. Release it down. Last time. Reach to center and bring it back. All right, you press all the way into your child's pose once again. Maybe this time you choose to bring the arms back. Lower the shoulders down and relax. Wiggle your fingers. All right, arms extend forward. And then we're gonna press all the way back into that down dog. Walk the hands all the way to your feet. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale all the way down. You can bend the knees, right? You want the abdomen touching your legs here. Inhale, look forward, and then exhale, let the head drop. All right, now from here, hold opposite elbow and move the trunk from side to side. Now remember, if you're not supposed to be all the way down here, you can always be up here halfway, and your head is above the heart, right? If that's the doctor's orders. Lower all the way down. Inhale, bend the knees and reach all the way up. And on the exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Reach arms up, that's your inhale. On your exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we're walking to that plank again. Forward, pause here, we're gonna find a side plank. I'm gonna turn around so you don't get too confused. So if you're able to do a full side plank, you can do side plank like this, but if not, we're just warming up, right? So you can lower the bottom knee to the floor and then reach this arm up. Let's bring that on the other side. So you're bringing it right here, whether the knee is up or off, reach the arm up. Bring it back and into center, right? And then you're back in that plank. I move around, you stay in the same position on your mat. And then press back to down dog. Walk the hands again back to where your feet are. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, all the way down. Hold opposite elbow one more time here. Move it side to side. Move in the middle, let the head drop. Inhale, bend the knees and come all the way up. Stay right where you are. On your next breath, lean to the side. And then bring it over into the other side. Come back into a gentle back bend, lift. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring it to center. Inhale, reach arms up and overhead. On your exhale, we start adding a little balance as we squeeze the elbows into the back. You can lift as much as you want. It could be heel off the floor, just a little bit, all the way up here. One more time. All right, next breath, hold the knee over to the side. Bring it to the front and to the side. Front and side, just preparing the hip for the warriors. Bring it up, and then bring it over to the side. Very good. Come back to center, find your ground. Take a deep breath in, full breath out. All right, open the legs a little bit. We're gonna find breath of joy. So breath of joy is where we go with the arms to the front, to the front, to the top, and then we bend the knees and we go down and open the hands. And you can go all the way down, you can go halfway. It's 3 short inhales through your nose and then 1 long exhale through the mouth. So it goes like this, right? So 3 short in through the nose and then you can say whatever you want to say. It could be loud, it could be just a little bit more gentle, but it's a long exhale. Let's do it together. Inhale. One more. So that just wakes up energy and it just feels really good. It's also very relaxing and energizing at the same time, right? All right, you open the legs. So we're gonna go right from the top and into the warrior poses. So first you're gonna pivot, let me start on this side, your right leg, and you're gonna come over to this side. Now the warrior, ideally you have a leg's length between your foot. If there's something going on with your knees or your hip, you can close it a little bit, it's okay. Back toes slightly in, this heel and this knee aligned, toes point that way. Reach the arms, so arms are at the same height. You're looking over this front knee, this arm. Now, as you settle here, press the mat away, right? So you're pushing the mat to make it longer, and then at the same time, on the next breath, you're wrinkling the mat to make it smaller. So you're engaging the muscles of the inner and the outer leg. And we do that about 3 times, and then we settle it. On your next breath, straight leg and reach it all the way back. Bring it all the way down, either to the floor or where I'm going, to the knee. If you're able to make it all the way down, then you go there. Otherwise, you want to make sure you're back as if you're pressing against the wall. So don't come like this and collapse, right? Triangle pose. Bring it back to center, turn and pivot. We're in that warrior 2 position. So back toes in, front toes out. Reach the arms away. Again, lengthen. Can you find that push and that pull? Push and pull on your mat without straining the leg. Again, reach all the way back. And then bring it down, halfway or all the way down. So usually I'll tell you go all the way down if you can, halfway or here. I always come back to something a little less intensive, just in case people need a little less, they don't feel like they have to do what I'm doing. So that's generally how I teach. 1, 2, 3, but I always come back to the easiest version. Bring it in and then pivot. Pivot the toes, lift the chest up. On your exhale, Prasarita Pautanasana all the way down. Now again, if I only supposed to be halfway, there you are. Otherwise, you can lower the hands down. You can be on your fingertips. Maybe you want to be a little higher. Just see what feels good in your body. Inhale, stir your next breath, hands on the hip, and then slowly coming in, press the hip a little bit forward, and then bring it back and into center. Toe heel the feet until you come into mountain pose. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. All right, we're gonna find a little balance and then give those poses a break. So you bring your right foot in front of the left. If this is not happening, you put it a little bit to the side, right? Sometimes the balance is a little off. So if that is challenging, there you are. You can bring the arms over to the side. That's gonna help you. You want more challenge, you'll be down here. All right, so we're gonna make it a little bit more challenging. We're gonna look over to the right and over to your left. And maybe your teacher loses the balance too. Bring it in and then release. Switch sides, so you will, the other foot is in front. Again, here it's a little bit more challenging. Here it's a little easier, but not easy as you can see. Okay. All right, we look left and then right. Some days are better than others with this. And then bring it back to center. Release, find a nice chair, just give it a little moment. And then bring it back into center, and then bring it in. Pause, take a breath in, breath out. All right, a little bit of a deeper chair this time around. Whether you go deeper here, or maybe it's up here, doesn't matter. Your next breath gives you a little bit of a twist. You bring it to center, reach it all the way up. Exhale to that twist. Bring it up, reach. Bring the hands behind, open the seat a little bit, and then connect here with that space. And bring it back to center. Pause, take a breath in and out. So we're gonna finish the standing postures with tree pose. So you can load your left leg and then bring the foot here. So you can put the foot there and keep it there. You can bring the foot here. You can bring it all the way up here, bringing branches to your tree. Again, stay there. I'm coming back down just in case not everybody can do that. And here you are, right? Thumb and index touch. You extend the other 3 fingers, find branches in your tree. Now, remember that you can always add a little more. Maybe you can add a little wind to the tree. Right? Maybe you allow your eyes to close for just a moment and then open your eyes. Like, try to challenge the balance with a couple things. And then you just want to settle it. No need to change anything about the pose. Bring that foot to release behind and then reach over into your left side. And then bring it back to center. You're back in mountain. You take a breath in and a breath out. All right, we have tree pose on the other side. Again, remember you're moving that knee to the side while the hip stays to the front. You can be here, but you can also travel with that leg up. Bring the hands here on the side, open up. Again, if you're adding a little wind, just move the branches a little bit. Maybe you find stillness, but then you allow your eyes to close, which always does it for me. As soon as I close my eyes, we rely so much on vision for our balance. All right, release, bring that leg behind. Be careful with this one. And then reach that nice side bend to the side. Inhale, release the leg, and then find mountain pose. So every time I come into these neutral poses, connect to the breath, right? That's where you come to integrate the benefits of the other poses. So a little more challenge with the next chair if you can. So you'll sit in an imaginary chair and then you'll lift your heels off the floor and then you'll lower down and you lift the toes. Lift the heels, lift the toes, lift the heels, see if you can keep it there, or lift only one heel and lower the hands into a prayer shape. Anjali Mudra. Switch it up. If you have them both, we're gonna try one more time where we do both. If not, you're gonna alternate one or the other. Switch if you're only doing one. And then release, reach the arms up and overhead. We go right and opening the legs one more time, finding that warrior two shape. Reach all the way back, so we skip the pushing and the pulling. And then coming into that triangle pose. Maybe this time you go a little lower if that feels okay. Bring it all the way back, keep the legs straight, and then reach, pull with that arm. Maybe your toes come off the floor, maybe you come on your heel. Lift the balance is okay. Bring it back and into center. Pivot, right? We're on that warrior two. I'm keeping it a little bit more closed, but if you can keep full range, keep full range. Again, you press back. You bring it into that triangle, maybe a little lower. Keep your breath flowing. And bring it back. And again, you're lifting maybe those toes up, maybe you keep them down, doesn't matter. Bring it back and into center, turn and pivot. Interlace the fingers. We finish with this prasarita. So you can go here, extending the arms back. You can keep the heel of the hand closer together if you want to make it a little bit more challenging. You can go halfway or all the way down. The next breath brings you back and into center. Lower the arms down, lift the chest, and then slowly to heel until your feet come together. Breath in, and then breath out. Notice your heart rate. Right? Maybe you're a little warmer. Maybe you're sweating a little bit. Just connect. Whatever's happening in your body, that's what you're paying attention to. All right, we're heading down. So you're going to come to the top of your mat. You'll take an inhale up. You'll bend and come all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk into a plank position. We're gonna hold this plank, okay? So we're gonna work a little bit on strength. If it needs to be down on your knees, that's okay. If your wrist hurt and you wanna do it on the forearms, that's okay, but it's here and down, right? So pick one that you wanna work on, whether it's knees up or down, and pause. Deepen your breath. And slowly lower all the way down. So you're coming down onto your forearms and into Sphinx pose. So the Sphinx pose, I'll turn around this way. You're gonna keep the elbows right there. It's like an inch in front of the shoulders or underneath the shoulders. Push the ground away, lift the chest up. If this feels like a lot, you can lower a little bit more, right? And make it a little bit more yin, more relaxing. Breathe in. Spread through the collarbone, drop the shoulders down. Now you can look where the wall meets the ceiling, so not super high up, but you can look between your hands, whatever you feel. It feels better in your neck. Keep your breath flowing. All right, now next breath, and slowly lower down one vertebra at a time. You can either bring the arms back and turn the head, or keep the arms in cactus and turn the head to the side. Connect to a deep breathing and relax into the mat. Very slowly turn your head to the other side. Again, connect to a breath that's a little deeper, and then you settle, just regular breath. All right, so right there where you are, right, I'm going to turn around, so I'm going to sit down to play the singing bowls for the final relaxation. Right where you are, you can turn on your back, right, on your back. You can extend the legs long to begin with. Just take a pause there. Notice any change or shift, if any. Bring both knees in the chest, just like we did at the beginning. Circle the around and around. Bring in both hands. Extend your leg and draw the left knee into the chest. And then from there, cross it over to your right side. Left knee into the right side. If you want to bend the bottom leg, you can, or you can keep it straight, your choice. Now go to whatever's comfortable, right? Don't lift the back shoulder off the floor trying to go deep with that knee. Bring that slowly back to center and bring that leg into sort of like a tree pose. So the same pose we did standing, right? You're gonna find it right here like that so that you're feeling a little bit more grounded with that pose. The other leg stays long. Come back. I like to turn around so you have different views. See if the weight of the body can release to the floor. You can soften with every exhale. Draw the knee to point to the ceiling. Pause for a moment. And then extend that leg long. Knee comes into the chest on the right side or the other side, either way that you didn't do. And then you'll cross it over to the other side. You can bend the bottom leg to make it just slightly more grounding. Bring it back to center. Again, you're coming into that tree pose. Now, I forgot to mention, but if your knee is lifting off the floor and it's uncomfortable, you can always put your prop, right? If you don't have like a yoga block, you can always do like your blanket or your pillow that you have for bolster. Slowly draw that knee back to center, pause, and then extend the leg. So you're gonna prepare for final relaxation. Now, if you like the bolster, it could go under the knees, but you can also put it under your lower back area, and then extend the legs long. So this is if it's not too high, you can keep the legs long like that. You can always keep the knees bent. So that's one way you can find your final Shavasana, right? As I mentioned, they can be under the knees, but you can also, if it's long enough, you can put it along your spine like this, and then you'll go all the way down. Just make sure your head is supported by something. So for example, here I'm a little bit up, so I'm gonna move down a little. So my head is not like hanging back, or you can get a second pillow. And then palms of the hands facing up. This pose is great, supported fish pose. And it's nice because it kind of creates a little bit of space through the front of the body. And it's a good position to improve posture. It's very relaxing too. So you stay there, anyone that you choose to find, and then I'll guide you through a relaxation. And I'm gonna be playing this singing bowl. So you close your eyes. If you have something to cover your eyes, like a towel, you place it there. I'll play two of them. And you'll hear sounds that hopefully help you relax. So let your back just release flat on the ground. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, notice again, where am I holding tension, tightness? Maybe there's holding. Can you exhale and let that go? Soft lips, tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Space between your eyebrows, your forehead. Soften the throat and the hollow of the throat. The muscles in your neck, shoulders descend down the back. Relax your upper back, your middle, your lower back. Left side of the chest, right side of the chest. Through the right shoulder, right arm, fingers. Left shoulder, left arm, fingers. Relax the abdomen above, below your navel. Pelvic floor, hip, left leg, right leg. Down through your toes. Wiggle toes and fingers for a moment, and then let everything relax. And then find the sound. Take a moment to slowly deepen your breath. Again, notice any change or shift, if any. Find gentle movements in your toes and your fingers. Your head can move gently from side to side. Bend the knees, place the feet on the floor, bring the hands back onto the abdomen, maybe one hand in the chest, one in the abdomen. Make sure your elbows and your arms land on the floor. Tune into breath. Don't change it, don't control it, just watch the breath. Hold the knees into the chest as you bring the gentle movements from side to side. Roll to the side, left or right. Pause there for a moment. Coming to seated when you're ready. Palms of the hands facing up. Maybe you find the same hand gesture we did at the beginning, the mudra, or you find a different one of your choice. Allow your spine to lengthen and just take a moment of stillness here once again. Try to still your body, but also your mind. As it wants to wander, come back to your body, come back to your breath. We'll finish with a loving kindness meditation. You can say this to yourself, silently or out loud. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be free from suffering. May I know peace. Hands come at heart center. Take a moment to thank yourself for finding the time to be still, to connect to your body and mind. We'll chant one Om to close as the sound AUM, which we carry the letters through. Take an inhale. Om. The light in me honors the light in every one of you. Namaste. Thank you.